Yeah, what's up? Welcome to the podcast where we run down. I feel run down, and this is the rundown. All
Get excited.
right. I am being forced here beyond my will.
Bull, you
I have
woke me up.
started,
I
and
went. I would
what?
took a full second nap.
Luckies.
It's probably the Hisense.
I I want you robbery. Bye. All right. Hurry, talk to
Anime
me
news.
about your anime stuff.
Not a whole lot, to be honest.
Okay.
Haikyuu's getting a new movie. Luffy does a collab with the Lakers and takes it to the rack in a little video, which was actually honestly not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. I mean, they missed a couple things. They only just did like his normal base, like gun pistol to grab the basketball and then slam dunk it, but that was basically it. They could have done like Gear 5 and then made the whole court like they could have done a lot of things, but it was cool, but they missed. Um, Outside of that, Transformers writer and producer Robert Orci dies at 51 due to a kidney disease.
He's not dead.
He is dead.
He just turned into it. His soul's in a transformer.
Right, yeah, his spark has been transferred to a new body.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much. Depending on his personality. Maybe he's Starscream.
right, yeah. Solo Leveling and Shangri-La are doing some kind of collab. And that is about it. Otherwise, it's just more news like confirmed April 4th. All these animes are getting their trailers dropped and news released, and we still have to wait, which kind of sucks, but hey. Wisteria Wand and Sword is definitely getting a season 2.
Good.
That's basically it. As far as news stuff.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got something.
Okay.
I gotta pull. Since you love Black Clover so much, I gotta pull up my son here real quick because I need to make sure he's not dead. That was dark. Make sure he's fine or not. I guess the cam is out. Never mind.
He's fine.
Okay, yeah, he's sleeping. He's not dead. He can't. We lowered it so he can't like climb out or anything. Okay, so I found this article, Fandom Wire. Usually their takes are pretty interesting. Black Clover has one anti-hero who can even topple One Piece's popular antagonist, Doflamingo, through character development alone. I don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. Talking
Black
about
Clover villain that's
Zora.
stronger than Doflamingo.
No, not stronger. Is better as an anti-hero. Zora. Who the hell is Zora?
He's the guy that throws the stink bugs on Asta. He does the trap magic.
Oh. Okay, this might be a really bad article.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip all that. Black Clover's one anti-hero is everything Doflamingo could ever dream of. This guy's really just trying to get some money.
He's clickbait.
Zora Ideal is one of the most popular characters in Black Clover, and for that, okay, I don't care. That doesn't mean Zora lacks a moral compass. Unlike Doflamingo, Zoro tries to achieve what is right via controversial means. While Zoro fights corruption and exposes injustice, Doflamingo embraces tyranny in all its glory. Yeah, because it's just better. The One Piece character prefers to rule by using fear to his advantage. Zoro uses some of the most ruthless tactics after all. He stands for justice and fairness. Doflamingo runs for cruelty and manipulation, like coffee addicts can't live without their daily dosage. And then right there it says it pulls up another article, One Piece, the reasons why fans love Crocodile versus Flamingo. This guy addicted to Doflamingo. And it is proof why Eiichiro Oda doesn't even need to elaborate on his villain. Okay, stupid. Black Clover gave Zoro a realistic character growth arc. He has his own trauma in the series, and how he overcame them by taking out corrupt magic knights. He eventually evolves beyond his hatred by learning to trust others. However, One Piece's Doflamingo has a tragic past, but he never learns to overcome it and slowly becomes consumed by his hatred and villainous ways.
I don't see comparing the two.
Yeah, that's
That's
This
just
is
so much of a
because it's just such a stretch because
yeah. One's not an anti-hero, he's just a straight villain.
he's a and Doflamingo is in. What do you have? This is trash. Doflamingo doesn't even have a. He's not even an anti-hero.
That's what I just
And
said.
what is that? What you just said? I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Or oh yeah,
No, Doflamingo is just a straight villain. He is a bad guy.
yeah,
He is an antagonist.
yeah. That's that.
Sora is not. He's more of an anti-hero. That's more accurate. Like this article is brain dead.
That guy's just trying to fish for money. Um,
Yeah.
another article did say that they want Yu Yu Hakusho to have like a remake, like Kenshin did,
I'm okay with that.
because it can revive the one element missing in both One Piece and Naruto. Interesting why they chose those two. One Piece I get, but like it, it even ends missing in both One Piece and Naruto in 2025. What Naruto's not even a Titan right now in 2025. It's a Titan over history, but like why Naruto? You could have done like One Piece and
Right.
Soul Leveling,
Demon
Chainsaw
Slayer,
Man,
the
Demon Slayer, anything
JJK,
like that. You could have
JJK.
done anything.
Yeah. Oh. Mm-mm.
I
Well,
guess
I can
I
see
guess
that.
I
I
guess
just get
because Naruto and One Piece are so old, just like Yu Yu Hakusho, like they're 2002 and
Yu Yu's
1998,
older.
and it is older, but they said pretty much. I'm not going to read the whole article, but pretty much what people are addicted to is the whole power system where someone gets beaten alive, and then at the inch of death they get a power up for some reason or stuff like that.
Right.
And Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu Yu Hakusho is very similar to Hunter x Hunter. I wonder why. um, uh, but the style of fighting is more intelligence based, and that's what Yu Yu Hakusho is. So bringing that alive today could have a awesome effect, but it could also be really bad. Awesome effect as in like people could get a fresh taste of like a revamped Yu Yu Hakusho,
Classic. Yeah.
but then also people could be like, I don't want that. I want to see my hero get the kicked out of him to then have him get stronger because all the 15-year-olds are like, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, well, that wouldn't be a remake for the youngins. I mean, the youngins they would probably still like it, and that would be more of a
Probably
nostalgia thing for the old heads.
they probably like the character design and the characters.
Yeah. Well, even then, the powers themselves and what goes on throughout the verse in the entire anime is really cool, and the concept is really cool. So, it's definitely in a league of its own.
and
I
it can
think
bring
that,
out one of the best tournament arcs
yeah,
ever be made.
yeah,
Um,
because the live action actually didn't do too bad, and it wasn't terrible, even with the Japanese acting. It wasn't terrible, but I mean, hey,
even
I'd be okay with it.
even if the protagonist Yusuke Urameshi is a delinquent, he has talent when it comes to fighting combat, but be it the test of Granny Genkai and in the Dark Forest or the tournament, but they all are rooted in knowledge, practice, and logic. This is the kind of standard that should be followed by the modern anime. I don't think it should be followed, but there should be more. Oh, Studio Period did Yu Yu Hakusho from back then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. If uh the details of the plot are overwhelmed by the need to impact the viewers by powering up for the ninth time, then this series proves that it has very little reliability. Yu Yu Hakusho might be a great example, but it is a classic that not many would watch, even though it is the author of Hunter x Hunter, as it says. But with the remake, the series has a chance to rewind time and show everyone what true action storytelling looks like and how it should be done. This impact is necessary to correct both parties, the creators and the viewers, to include fights where intelligence, tactics, and strategies are employed instead of unlocking a seal or hidden bloodline in the name of pressure. Yeah, that's the kind of literally the article. It's very small. I would oh I would very much enjoy that.
I would.
I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be honest, I'm different than most people. I would even like it if it was just like a what they're doing with One Piece.
Reanimation, yeah.
Just a small reanimation. You can make because Kenshin is
Reanimation and audio remaster and with
yeah
modern
it's
FX.
pretty
Yeah.
similar to the old. I would say with them redoing it it doesn't look like old Kenshin much. Character design, everything, yes, but like he doesn't look like old
No,
Kenshin.
yeah, the actual like you can. And my biggest thing when it comes to old animation and new animation is one, the facial designs, the sharpness of the characters' faces, the border that they use. They use like a very subtle black border line for all the facial features, and
I
then they
like
use a more vibrant. I do too. They use a more vibrant color tone and color set for skin tones and then clothing in general. So it pops more and it looks more defined and
yeah,
more just there. It's just not more just like, oh, hey, I'm here. It's like onomatopoeia version of animating a character. And
yeah.
that in and of itself would be a game changer, especially for Yu Yu. Just because it's that old anime style, which, is a classic. It's a classic. Yeah. But if they updated it, remastered that with modern animation, and then the fight scenes with the modern animation style, that is what that's the thing. People can say all they want, like, this is great anime. It's not as good as Demon Slayer, blah 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 blah, because aesthetically pleasing, all just color burst explosion porn versus like coordinated this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
That's
Yu
they're not
Yu.
going to say it's better, but because of the fight scenes in it with the modern FX and animation, I think it would stand a reasonable shot. I think it would have. I think it'd be more popular than most would expect because most people, when you think of Yu Yu, you're not thinking of the potential it could be after a remaster. And that's the problem with a lot of people when they give opinions on remakes is they're imagining what people are going to do with something from the 90s in 2025, almost 30 years later, right? So now imagine some of the fight scenes in Yu Yu with the new stuff, with the new modern coordination, the new modern visual effects and sound effects. Yu Yu is one of the most unique power systems and one of the most unique just anime in general. Create all new modern effects for that. That alone will get people to watch. That's what
Probably,
Fire
yeah,
Force did. Because
yeah.
Fire Force wasn't as popular at first until people saw I think it was the first fight scene with Shinra in it. And when he activated his ability, that sound, that like explosion sound that he makes when he activates his power and starts to fly forward, I I don't even know what to describe that as. But the sound effect itself is just so pleasing.
It is, especially
It just,
especially if you have a soundbar.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
a soundbar with a good subwoofer.
yes,
But make sure you turn it down just a tad because your neighbors are going to hate you.
that's facts. I found a CBR report on the Korra because of the Korra. Apparently, she's still the scapegoat of the Avatar franchise. Korra can't catch a break. The latest anime confirms her legacy. It's destroying the Avatar's reputation. I did see Attack on was talk about it too. She's apparently they said that she's not the worst Avatar, but she's one of the worst. Because I can't remember the guy. Uh,
She
who
is. She's the
he
worst
he
Avatar.
died. He didn't do anything as while being an Avatar. Yeah, I can't remember his name. He didn't do anything, and he died at like 50. And that's like weird because avatars usually
Live for like
like
200 years.
they
Yeah.
live for a long time. Aang, I forgot how Aang died. Um,
Well, he didn't really die. He died like a normal lifespan, but that's because the first 100 years of his life he was trapped in
technically,
ice.
yeah, yeah,
So his life expectancy didn't get halted or changed. And
yeah,
I like how they did that. They
because there
didn't make
wasn't,
it so he could just live 300 years because he just went into cryo sleep and
yeah, because
woke
technically
up
it's
100
not
years later.
technically, was it confirmed that it was cryo sleep, or he was just in there
No,
for
he was just
100
in there.
years?
That's why he
That's what I thought.
died when he did.
Otherwise,
He only
cryo
lived
sleep
for
would have
like
been a
he
thing.
only lived for like another 90 years after that,
Yeah.
or 80 years, which
If
is a
cryo
normal
sleep,
life expectancy for one of
if
them.
cryo sleep was a thing in Avatar, then they probably would have used that earlier on.
I would make a
Like,
solid argument
yeah.
that Aang is the worst Avatar. Listen, look at the track record. Did he accomplish and did he beat the Fire Lord? Yes, but he subjected the world to 100 years of Fire Nation reign, an absolute massacre and
He did that.
desecration
Yes.
of the world because his
Yeah, but
little child's soul couldn't handle the fact that he needed to be a badass, so he ran away and got trapped in ice.
okay, he's like 11 years old.
Congratulations, even though he's 11 years old, and I can understand as a kid being a kid. However, his actions led to 100 years of tyrannical rule that massacred a boatload of people.
Yeah, but he was 11, that's a lot to take on. And the thing is, even at 11, he still wouldn't have been able to do anything for like another 10 years anyway. Because
I don't remember any other avatars doing that.
just because you're an avatar, because you become an avatar, doesn't mean that you go out and save the world at 11. You still train
Well, yeah, but
for like
at this,
10 years before you actually go out. Like Korra literally was Avatar. She knew she was Avatar when she was young, and then she had to train for like 16 years before she actually went out into the world. And that's what he would have had it done. So, yes, I get like maybe you can save years of it, but like you still had, you still had 100. And, who was to say that he was gonna accomplish it without the help of the group?
there's only two other avatars whose actions had a more significant impact on the world. That's Korra in the first Avatar, Avatar 1.
Yeah, but she just messes up constantly. Mm-hmm. She just Chorus messes up all the time. I'm gonna give Aang the break because the fact that you have to the Fire Lord and all them, they were already starting their bombardment. They
Yeah,
were already starting their
he could have
bombardment.
died.
That like at 11 years old, there's a high chance all he knew was air, and the masters all died. The masters all died.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like the fact that he was 11, there was a very high chance he was just gonna die because all he knew was airbending and he wasn't pro. So because he still wasn't amazing when he came
He
out of
was already an
sleep.
amazing airbender at 11. He already
He
had his airbending tattoos. Like,
he knew abilities. Yes, he did have that. But like so did all the people there that were masters and they all got massacred. So and at 11 he probably was going to get massacred too. That's I
I'm
think
not denying that.
they even
However, I am saying,
so you would rather have him
regardless,
die a hero.
oh, no, 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 no. But regardless of the circumstances, had he not gone away for 100 years, maybe he could have ended their reign a little earlier,
Oh
a lot
boy.
earlier.
I can't. I
Maybe,
want you to be 11 years old, have your
maybe.
entire family and
I am not
everybody get
denying that.
massacred, and then you have the weight on your shoulders at 11 years old. Everyone's dead. You're crying your eyes out,
Put me in, coach.
and then you have to go. I have to go defeat this guy at 11 years old. No, you're gonna run. And the thing is, the cryo sleep was an accident.
Wait, he didn't know that. He didn't know that he was gonna have to fight the Fire Lord at the time.
It was an accident. It wasn't
I
on
never
purpose.
said it wasn't. Again, all I am saying is
How
when
okay
you
then
look at
how
it
is he a
on
worse?
paper,
How is he a worse if he accidentally like it wasn't on purpose? He was just being a 12-year-old who just ran away for a little bit, and it was an accident on how he became cryosleep. He
whether it
probably
be
would have gotten.
accidental or
He
on purpose, the
probably
outcome still
he
happened.
doesn't matter. He's not the worst. Not even close. Not even close. It was an accident. He was just an 11-year-old that wanted to run away just for a little bit and then come back and like collect his shit together, but he wasn't able to because the storm accident. Not the worst, but.
Again, the reasons behind the actions does not matter. The intentions behind the actions do not matter. The results
Well, every
and the
Korra and everyone
consequences of
else knew
actions
what they
do.
were doing. All the avatars that messed up, they all knew what they were doing, and they're adults, so they already are high on the list for the fact that they mess up, knowing what they're doing. compared to 11-year-old that doesn't know what he's doing, that made an accident, that did something bad. Everyone else, the full-grown adults, yeah, that didn't have everyone their whole clan massacred, yes. But it says the seven havens revealed Avatar's worst choice. The synopsis information that's provided confirmed the worst. Korra doomed the world. The Avatar is no longer considered a beacon of hope and balance, but a destroyer who brought about catastrophe to the entire planet. The world's on the brink of ruin with only 7 safe havens left as civilizations has been utterly wiped out by developing cataclysms. Plus, the Avatar is now being hunted by both spirits and humans. Ooh, they got it going on. It's tough. Unlike Avatar Aang, who left behind a legacy of peace and prosperity, Avatar Korra may have ruined everything with a simple but devastating choice, which was the Legend of Korra's conclusion with the return of the air nomads, with the Avatar cycle ultimately saved, even though she that up. That was he was an idiot, dude. Oh, just almost ruined everything. Aang would never got there. Spirits gained complete access to physical world. The end of the world, however, can be traced back to Korra's decision to keep the spirit portals open during harmonic convergence.
Yeah, that would really suck to have to be, take the stage next after Korra, and then only have Korra to ask for advice in the Avatar state. So, yeah.
I hope she just doesn't come back. I hope when they go to the Avatar state, the mate there.
Yeah, because it's just like,
she's in the back.
I would ask for your advice, but I feel like whatever decision you make is going to make it significantly worse. I'm going to just I'm going to wing it here.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to bring her back in the Avatar state, and she's going to be like, Dabba, I made these mistakes. I thought what I was doing was right. You need to follow your gut, but you need to do everything opposite of what I said or what I did. And abba. So they're gonna like act like this and put some humility in her. Shut up, whore. Avatar 1 was right to separate the spirit world. Well, yeah, the man was smart, and he was a man. Oh,
whoa! Hey now.
I'm just kidding.
We're gonna have Disney chasing after us.
Kyoshi was the
Kyoshi, I still think rather than a continuation in the verse, I would rather see a prequel of the Kyoshi era. I would rather see that because Kyoshi was nasty with it, man. I
want to see another Airbender.
Nah, I'm good.
I want to see another Airbender or an Earthbender, which we're getting, but it better be good Earthbending.
Kyoshi.
I want to see, yeah, but like youngins. I guess. You know what? Actually, no. No. I want to see Waterbender.
Korra.
No.
Yes. Korra was a waterbender. She was from the Southern Water Tribe.
Oh, she was. Never mind.
She was.
I don't want any more Avatar. During Book 2, Spirits, Korra's connection with past avatars were severed.
You're legit. I don't want no more of this.
I want to say Firebender, but like, freaking Ozai.
Honestly, I was gonna say that too. Now that the cycle's continued, skip past this Earthbender. Nobody cares about him. He basically spends his whole life rectifying the mistakes of Korra's dumbass.
Yeah,
and then
Firebender.
Then give us the Firebender because Roku, he was the Avatar in an era of peace.
Yeah, but that's why I don't want to see him because he was in an era of peace. He didn't do
right. However, seeing a firebending Avatar in a modern era, that would be pretty cool.
It would be cool, but of course, in the style of anime, you always see fire. Fire is so common. That's the only reason why it's like cool.
Well, he's a firebending Avatar. He's all four.
Yeah, but it's anime, man. All you see is fire. Everybody has. There's always in every shonen. There's someone that has a lot of fire. Not water, not earth, not air. Fire. And everybody's got fire. And it's annoying. It's like, can somebody have like something else? Somebody, anybody, the big freaking My Hero, Bakugo, just one of the main characters with fire. Todoroki, fire. Fire Force, fire. Ace, fire. It's just, everyone's got fire. Everybody. And it's like, oh, all right. Um, Korra's
Okay.
connection with past avatars was severed when Rava was ripped from her during harmonic conveyance, ultimately permanently broke the avatar cycle. The reason Avatar won't close the portals to begin with is because he knew the depths of humanity and how difference can spawn conflict, violence, and suffering. Wow. Wow.
It's almost like he had it right and you're wrong. Horror.
He spared the both worlds from prolonged conflict. Oh my god. Now this says Korra tarnished.
How do you look at Unalaq and think he's a good guy? Like,
Yeah,
come
for real.
on.
Yeah.
Like, what? Look at your cousins. Your cousins look like freaking Satan worshippers. And then Unalaq looks like he looks like a villain. He just looks like he's evil.
The only thing she did good was defeat him on. And
Yeah.
I
Everything else was
technically,
just a
technically
rectification of her mistake of opening up the spirit world. Because
like,
Kovira, that was because she freaking brought the spirit world into the earth, into the material world.
I would say fighting the whatever his name is, not
Lahir,
Amon, Zahir. That was good. That whole stuff was good. Well, Avatar Aang was more of a diplomat than a fighter. Korra was a fighter. She tried to fix all her problems by letting her fists do the talking. That is true. Very different ways of being an Avatar.
yes.
Granted, Avatar Aang, he was a monk, so I get it. But funny thing is, Korra had more of a firebender style anyway, attitude for
Mhm.
being a waterbender. Because in most stuff, but like fire or water and air are the closest to being common with tranquility and all that good stuff. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm scared.
Avatar.
Well, I'm not
Yeah.
scared for the show, but I'm ready to shun Koro.
Yep.
I'm ready. All right. Um. Well, that's all I got. That's all I want. That's all I ever have. I only had articles.
Oh,
I don't have any lists. I don't have any notes.
well,
I
most
didn't
recent
watch
episode of
anything.
Solo Leveling was slow,
Well,
which was
yeah,
to be expected because we're starting the Jeju Island arc,
yeah.
and
Oh, I forgot. People are. You know how everyone was all around. That's people were all arise for when said arise.
Mhm.
They're like, you better get that right. Well, the next one that people are like, you better get right is when he hits level 100 with the big old sword thing in the stance, and then having all the bloody ants and insects around him at the end when he says, "Go away, guys, go away. I got the rest." Okay, they're gone. And then so they really want that. They want that whole scene correct. They want that wallpaper style pose correct.
Mhm.
They want all that correct. That's the next one.
Well, they dropped the ball with Baran, so they need to pick it up. They need to make that fight a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more fluid because the Baran fight was fluid. It just was too busy that it just looked like a bunch of color flashes on your screen for a while. They need to make it a lot more like the Cargo Tusk fight. Hey man, orcs have weird names, all right? They do. They just do. They need to make that a lot more like that fight where he did a lot of really cool high speed, but it was very focused on him and on Tusk and their abilities. That was a very well choreographed and animated fight. They need to make the whole Jeju Island arc like that.
Yes, they do. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for the whole arc. Right.
Oh boy.
I don't know how I feel about insects when it comes. I love. It's weird because I love the chimera art,
I was about to say, I was like,
but
it's been done well before.
for some reason, when it comes to insects being the bad people and stuff in anime, it never. besides that one arc, it never really hits for me. It's like just big monster ants. Eh. I like the more
Man,
orc elf uh like
yeah,
I
but
like those styles way more. I think I'd even prefer a dragon over
oh,
what's up, Kaido?
hmm,
Before I see like a bunch of big old ants running around. I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
excited.
okay,
It's
so
probably gonna look cool, but I'm just like, why can't it be like
I
the
like the idea of it. I like that they're not just
elf art
sticking to the whole
island?
fantasy genre and the fantasy trope. I
I
like
like
how they're
that.
dabbling into everything. I like how I don't mind that. And I like how they're displaying their evolution and how the queen literally changed her offspring's genetics to be able to fly so they could leave the island.
Yeah,
And I like how they're like Genu. They get strong over time. They get stronger. And that's why they became so dangerous, because that dungeon break happened and then they just kept leveling up. They kept growing. They kept getting stronger. And now that, that's, I don't mind it. I think from the preview that we got of some of the previous raids on Jeju Island, because one of the opening scenes of the show was
yeah.
literally Jeju Island. And I didn't dislike what I saw. I liked the fact that they were big, extremely strong, and at that point they were already A rank, were high A rank, and that was noted.
Mhm.
And I don't dislike it. I like the fact that the way they're doing it fits, and I like the fact that yes, S ranks are extremely powerful, but it's going to take about 30 of them to clear and wipe out Jeju Island. Yeah, okay. The subject matter, it might not be as interesting as if it was like more ice elves or if it was like high orcs or it might not be as
Like
cool or
lions,
interesting.
like a
Sure,
island
furry
of
people,
an island of just
right?
lions or leopards or panthers,
Yeah, leopard centaurs.
and
Like,
then
like it's not as
uh,
interesting as that, but it's still cool. They still did a good job of integrating.
I'll take the king ant. I think that will be cool when he gets Biru, what's his name?
Bears.
Beerus. And then doesn't Beerus becomes second strongest? Yeah. And then you think he becomes the second strongest out of his shadows. Because technically, the one he gets near the end is not technically his. It's like a team up. Like it was Beerus versus one of his other
No,
shadows.
wait, sorry, it is Beru.
Biru. Okay.
Yeah.
It was Biru versus one of the other shadows for the remember when they fight each other for the Grand Marshal rank, I believe. Yeah, because the
Who
Marshal
was that?
yeah, it was the guy that I remember it was a shadow. It was the original, the very first shadow of the first Shadow Monarch. It was the very first one, and first I don't remember the storyline behind it, but like he comes and helps Jinwoo, but
Uh-huh.
technically he doesn't own him, but he's the strongest. And then it goes Biru, and
I forgot his name.
then it goes Igrius.
Negris, yeah.
Then there's and then a bunch of other people, Tank and all them. Yeah, because Biru becomes strong, but he doesn't. When he gets him, I think he is S rank
Mhm.
right away. Yeah,
Yeah, right off the
and
rip.
then but like the according to the Shadow rank, he's I don't know what he is, but then I know near the end of the story he gets to be Marshal, but then there's two Marshals, um, which were and then they fight each other to make a new rank of Grand Marshal, and then yeah, I like him. I like the Shadow.
Mhm.
He's a good. He's a good. I don't remember the ending battle very much, but I remember more of the fights when he was a Shadow, because that's the first one that could speak.
I'm waiting for them to let Jinwoo try to resurrect the dragon they have underneath the Hunters Association.
I don't remember that Shadow.
I don't know. Did
I
he?
don't
No,
think
that was a Wyvern. I don't think he did.
I don't think he. I don't think he could.
I don't think he could.
I think he tried. I don't remember the reason why. Because I know there's some stipulations why he can't get shadows.
No, he has 3 attempts and that's it. If he doesn't get them after the third, your opportunity has
I thought there was one more
gone.
reason. Like, you can't always get shadows.
Oh, that was Baran. That's because he had a quest. And it was because he needed Baran's soul to make the elixir of life to save his mom.
Oh, I
And
swear
because
there was
he
one
took
earlier.
Baran's soul to make that elixir, he didn't have a soul to resurrect to make into a shadow.
Well, yeah.
That's the only thing. Theoretically, he could resurrect any creature or being to turn into a shadow. That's the whole thing. That was the whole purpose of that whole thing behind him being a shadow monarch. It's just whether or not he's strong enough to resurrect said individual, which is why the Ice Elf, he failed all 3 times. He wasn't strong enough yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that Biru is the first one you can get that talks.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to be like not Marshall, but the one we're ranked before that,
Commander?
something like that.
That's what Igris is. Igris is the commando of a shadow army.
Oh, shadow extraction can't be used on targets who are spiritual in nature, such as rulers and monarchs. That's what it is.
Okay.
Shadow extraction originally couldn't be used on targets that didn't possess mana. However, Jinwoo was eventually able to bypass this restriction when Ashborn granted him the true powers of a Shadow Monarch. Okay. I knew there was something else. So if you don't have mana, right now, if something doesn't have mana, you can't. Which only means, that's the reason. He does get the dragon underneath, but the dragon, because that was a dead dragon, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He did get the dragon, but he only had it for.
I was like,
he only had it for a second because it was dead for too long. It had a very little bit amount of mana left, like soul mana left in his body, so he was only able to have it for one particular reason. I don't remember what it was. That's what it was. I'm
I
smart.
remember something happened where he was actually talked to the dragon.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that.
When he brought it to a shadow and then he talked to it, but he couldn't keep the shadow, or the shadow couldn't stay long because it was dead for too long, didn't have enough mana. That's what it was.
All right. It's been a minute. I'm still trying to acquire all the new English volumes of the manhwa / manga now. But
yeah, there's little bits that I remember because I don't remember the Jinwoo's fight with the king ant. I don't remember that. Like I don't. I remember everything leading
I
up
swear
to
to
it.
Christ, if the Kyoto fight doesn't happen this week, I'm flying to Japan and we're burning one down. I'm tired of these freaking dick teasers. And then I'm real tired of it.
Yeah. Well, I do have
top it off. They're already done animating everything. Like they've already started on season 3. Like they're working on the next season already. I hate this weekly 20 minutes. Give me 1 hour episodes. All right, anime does not need to stay 20 minutes anymore. All right.
Yeah, I like you like that because then you technically wait way longer for the next show. If you can watch a whole season in like 4 weeks instead of like 9 or 10, then or plus whatever, then you wait longer for the next season because it's once a year. So you can watch it in February and then you have to wait all the way till next February. I guess they could release earlier, but if you want top-notch animation, gotta have patience, bro. Gotta have patience, man. Patience. You're still young. Patience. Okay. Okay.
I'm not young anymore.
I remember.
But we've crossed the threshold. We're not young anymore.
I'm playing football right now, and I actually feel really good. I'm still young.
Yeah, well,
By the way, if you get your back fixed, you could still play this year.
Dude, I've been trying, man. The VA, getting the VA to do anything is like pulling your teeth with a wet napkin. And then I'm at a point.
All right, play with it.
You want me to get my back fixed?
Give it a shot. Just one shot.
Yeah, right. Just like here. I need you to hit my lower body as hard as you can so we can go get this fixed and then I can come back and whoop your ass. All right?
Yeah,
let's get it. I'll come back in 6 months.
Do that.
6 months of can of corn and I'll be okay. Freaking Joey Diaz from Longest Garden.
One play. He needs some milk. Nah,
Yep.
it was just because apparently practices go all the way until May. Well, I have a scrimmage in April, but practices go all the way till May. So we don't even start until the
Well,
summer.
my fat ass hasn't worked out or done anything athletic in so long.
Well,
I
now you
need
can
to
come
get.
watch games.
Yeah, but then I don't want to play.
Yeah, well, you can sit in the stands with my wife. You can wear my jersey. Like high school.
Jesus, in high school, nah, man.
I hate girls
I miss
wearing
sports,
jerseys.
man. I miss football. No, if okay, I tell you what, you give me 75 grand right now. That's what it's going to cost at a minimum to get my back fixed. If I pay out of pocket.
Oh, thank you. Just go to the chiropractor. I mean, they can adjust, they can help just a little bit, like a kind of help, not fix it, but
Yeah,
like
they
at
can make
least
my spine straighter, but they can't fix a catastrophic failure of an L5S1.
no, they can't, but they can like at least relieve something. They can help in a way, or at least for
Man,
now.
I get up from my bed and my back cracks. That's you know
I
what?
mean,
Like
they take X-rays and they'll take X-rays and see everything that's wrong, and then they can at least somewhat help you in a way, so until you can finally get your the healing that you need with the surgery and all that kind of stuff. But like, they can at least help,
I mean,
at least give it a
honestly,
shot.
you know what's going to happen is I'm going to be stuck with this for another 2 years. I'm going to get my degree. Then I'm going to get insurance through whatever company I work with. And I'm going to fight them for about a year until the VA agrees to pay for half of the surgery.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You have plenty of time to play football with the semi-pro. We have 28-year-olds, we have 30-year-olds, we have 35-year-olds, we have 22-year-olds, we have
Also, after I get my back fixed, I don't know if I'm going to want to risk it at that point.
yeah, risk it.
Risk it for a semi-pro team.
Yeah, get a cup. Get a cup. Go to Chicago, play there, and get a cup. There you go. It's worth at least try, practice at least. Like what springtime practices, and then be like, you know what, this probably shouldn't, and then stop. Because at least we have like 10 practices in a row where we don't even wear helmets or pads. Like it's just that kind of stuff.
I have to get back in
But
shape all over again.
you got yeah,
I'm not in football shape or anywhere close to football shape.
you got years left. Years to do that. I'm gonna be doing this is until I can't. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna do this until I can't. All right.
Anyways,
Well,
anime.
uh, well, no, we're moving on from anime. We're going
Okay.
to apparently. What? My hand's so sweaty. My tablet's not working. Okay.
These week poems is what he's nervous.
Harry Potter, HBO Hermione casting has
Oh boy.
fans braced for atrocious backlash. I don't know what this means. Yep. Yep. Recently, we learned officially who will play the new Professor Albus Dumbledore in the reboot. And personally, I think he's a fantastic choice. How?
No. No.
Uh,
No. John Lithgow belongs in the comedy era 20 years ago, and that's it. Keep him there. Okay. Anybody else could have been better. Anybody. Ian McKellen exists and still kicking, surprisingly. So many people could have been able to do that. So many.
that's true.
So many.
This writer says, how will fans react to a book accurate Hermione in the HBO show? Many fans are very attached to Emma Watson's portrayal, but as book readers know, Hermione's depiction in the movies is very different than the books. I just wonder if HBO depicts Hermione from the books, warts and all, like how she's occasionally intolerant, a bit rude and brash, and often panicky and shrill. Will movie fans receive this positively? That's actually a good question because they're going to get scolded in the comments and in social media and stuff like that for not liking it because it's not what they grew up on. But like, do you really
Well,
now
let's
that
be real here.
actually
Any
think
major like Harry Potter fan that's going to watch this series has read the books.
yes, when they were 15 or 13 or whatever.
I
I'm
don't
a
think
true
that's
fan.
going
I've
to
read
be
it
an
like
issue.
times, but like they probably forgot. Once they remember, they might be like, "Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's not cool. Actually, I like that." But like, I think there will be a first initial like backlash. I think they'll be like, I think the first,
I can agree with that because
just like
especially with
anime,
the
there's only movie watchers out there too.
Hermione's a C word. I don't like it.
Yeah. I worry some fans might dislike Hermione, and in that, in the worst case, send hate towards the new actress who plays her. It's perhaps worth keeping in mind that while the movie version of Hermione Granger is played by a white actress Emma Watson, the character's skin color is not stated in the novels, which could broaden the casting pool for the reboot. That is true. She's not depicted as white. The cover art is, but that's the cover art isn't. The cover art is made without reading the book. That's how it goes.
Well,
It's
what does
made,
the book say? What does the book say she is?
doesn't say.
7 books and it doesn't tell you the race of the character? I need to go. She's not real.
She could be anything. It's probably people think she's white because it's 90s and it's in England and it's majority white, but like she could be anything. She could still be white, but she could be I don't know, somewhere else in the white
It
area.
doesn't say she's pale of skin. Nothing. Doesn't say anything.
I don't think so.
There's no way. That's like the worst character description of a character in the history of descriptions. Like, what? There's no way.
Hold up. This says she's described as short with large front teeth. Oh yeah, she's not hot. She doesn't grow up to be hot. She's described as short with large brown teeth, bushy brown hair, brown eyes, and skin which is white when she is scared and pink when she's embarrassed. But which wait what? When she's
So she's
embarrassed,
what?
but which tans dark. Rolling drawings of her show her as white with quite a small, okay,
Is she a chameleon?
having a fair complexion. However, the portrayal of Hermione can vary in adaptations. In the film, she is white with a fair complexion. The character's skin color is not explicitly detailed in the book, so interpretations can differ among fans and adaptations. Please don't call me a racist. I think she's white. I just think this is because if you look at the cover of the book, yeah, but the cover of the book is not. It's not. They don't. The artist that makes the covers do not read the books. It's not read and then the cover is made. It's not how it goes. That's never been. That's never usually how it. You get a description of what you want the cover art to be. Like you get a description, and then like you get the descriptions of the characters, and then they make a drawing of it. All right, moving on.
I don't
Okay,
know.
she
What are
is
they gonna do at this point? Like that, she sounds like a freaking muggle chameleon. Like, gonna
she
make
has
her black and then give her
plenty
white face?
plenty of mentions of her going white when she's scared, pink when she's angry or embarrassed. But it's also noted that she tans easily and goes pretty brown when she does so. However, ethnicity is never directly stated. I wouldn't say she's mixed race, in which she has a black ancestor, but I would say that one of her grandparents came from the Mediterranean country. Hermione, as a name, has its origins in Greece, whilst Hugo, the name of her son, is Germanic in origin. It also reasonably common in Italy.
That's
She has brown hair, then not orange.
yeah. Mediterraneans usually have black hair, don't they?
Yeah, blackish brown. So well, it also doesn't really matter.
No.
The question is, where do you get the B for your skin color to tan easily?
Yeah. Well, you'd say like
100%.
usually the more melanin you have, the longer it takes for you to tan. Like,
That's true.
what?
So I guess she is white. I guess this article is stupid. Um, damn it! I was actually kind of hoping that it would have like a Chinese Hermione. I think that'd be offset, but like it works. It could also be racist because she's book smart. Just to have like someone a
Yeah. Now
smart
that you
person
mention it,
be
now
Asian.
yeah, like the the one person in the show that can like do math and just
Asian.
is Asian. uh,
Uh,
Nickname him Cassio. Hey.
uh, in the stage play, The Cursed Child, the Hermione Granger is played by a black woman. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The internet is going to be atrocious no matter what. The internet liked Watson a little too much, if you know what I mean. I get what you mean.
I mean, I never thought she was the most attractive woman in the world. She's got a very pretty face, but I'm not attracted to skinny 2x4s, and she's too skinny.
She's not amazing, but she's a beautiful woman.
She's got a very beautiful face. I will not deny that, but
that's enough for me. As long as I can't see your clavicle, and like I don't, and I can't see your
you
hip
can
bone.
see her freaking clavicle.
Have you seen Beauty and the Beast? I can't see her. You can't see her clavicle. In her hip bone, it's fine. Yes, I like it, like a more thick woman. But when it comes down to it, if she loves anime and she's a beautiful woman,
I'm not saying it's a deal breaker for me. If it works and we're just like, I synergize perfectly with the twig, I'm fine.
Interesting.
Have a his and hers gaming setup. We watch anime on the weekends and at night. Like we're good.
I wish. Hermione was not just like
you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
But she was not an idea of perfection as they made her in the movie. Hermione's out to be. I think that's going to be what's going to get people.
She's just like the embodiment of what human perfection can be.
Yeah, and she's not that by any means, but she is really smart. Leviosa. That's actually something that it'll make more sense, and it'll be better with the book accurate version with that scene alone. Because the first movie, she is kind of like pompous and like more harsh with things, and that's how she is supposed to be. So the first movie does give you that, but then they kind of like just like away from that after that.
Mm-hmm. So that and also explains the Ron and Hermione ending up together make a lot more sense because Ron's just the muscle brain, and then of course the smartest person on the planet, like, all right, come here, I gotta take care of you.
Come here, my little ginger man, my little ginger snap. Do the carpets scratch the drapes? What? Well, moving on from that, Watson and Hermione merged to the point where many fans can't differentiate between the characters, the portrayal of the actors. Many fans will say the new Hermione isn't Hermione at all because they don't realize who Hermione. Okay, yeah. Well, that's kind of the whole thing.
I mean, I can see what they're saying.
Casting has already been done for. Wait. Oh, what the... hate this tablet. Harry Potter fans devastated by HBO Lily and James Potter casting. Yo, who cares?
They're only in the show. They're not what.
Okay. They're barely.
I mean, it's also one of those things where, especially even with comics, like when superheroes aren't comic accurate, when it's going to be the same thing. They're still going to watch it and continue to eat it. They're going to literally sit there and be spoon fed like angry little children. Eat your vegetables and shut up. Like that's what's going to happen. Point blank. Period. That's just someone's going to be upset about it. Someone's going to say some stupid shit. 8 billion people on the planet. 90% of them are retarded. It is what it is.
That's yeah. Your favorite character, your favorite actor, John Lithgow. Famous for Cliffhanger, World According to Garp, and Dexter. Also providing the voice of Lord Farquaad in Shrek. That's what it was. It was not an easy decision because it's going to define me for the last chapter of my life. That's why it's been such a hard decision. I'll be about 87 years old at the wrap party, but I've said yes. Harry Potter fans were a little bit shocked and a tiny bit skeptical about the choice, but most kept an open mind in the comments. I
want him to do good. I just can't see it. I love John Lithgow as an actor. I just can't see him playing Albus frickin' Dumbledore.
That's true.
His
Yeah.
personality doesn't match Dumbledore's personality.
No. The comment literally is I don't. Period. 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 Hate this. It- That's literally it. I don't hate this. Not where I would have gone, but I don't hate it.
Honestly, I'd be very curious to inquire on how people would have felt like the Captain Barbossa. Him, that actor, he's done a lot of different things, and I think he would have been the best fit. Right now, with what we have as far as longevity and able to complete the show, I still think he would have made that role even as big as actor who did after the first Dumbledore died. I forgot what his name
Ooh, I
in the
forgot.
movies. I forgot his name, but
That's gonna take me a
like
second.
he did a phenomenal job with Dumbledore, and I still think Captain Barbossa's actor would be phenomenal. I do,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Um. Yeah. Okay. I do agree. Yeah. Would you?
I haven't seen a movie where he's been in that is terrible, and he always plays like a wiser older dude that's snarky. And you know what I mean? Like, who does that sound like to you when bare bones description?
Mm,
A wise old snarky dude, right? Sounds a
yeah.
lot like freaking Dumbledore, doesn't it?
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Just gotta teach him how to be like gay, but not let anybody know about it. Or like,
Um. This is someone has a idea for an actor to play Voldemort. I actually like this. Uh, Cillian Murphy.
really?
I like that. Someone brought that up. Since he's a powerhouse right now,
Yeah.
that it,
Although
I see it. I see it.
I could see it. However, Killian's got that face where it's just like I don't want to hate him because
Yeah,
Peaky Blinders,
squish his
Oppenheimer,
nose
like
and squish his nose. Voldemort doesn't look like Ralph Fiennes either. Doesn't look like him at all. So like he's probably they're not gonna make Voldemort look too much like Cecilia Murphy.
I still think Joaquin Phoenix.
Cillian Murphy. Yes, I
I
agree.
think Joaquin Phoenix would be a perfect role for him.
Man, Murphy though, I do see it. I do see it. I see it. I see it.
The frame, the height, like
That part
the
of yeah,
physicality of what Cillian Murphy is would fit perfectly. But I
especially
still
if he
think,
stars himself like he did for Joker.
but
Make
if
him all
Killian,
like
but if
gold.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah, I still think Joaquin Phoenix on as a whole could do that better. I do. That's a tough one, but Cillian Murphy, I could see it, but
I think Joaquin Phoenix is still my number one, but Cillian Murphy is up there now. I didn't even
Killian,
think of Killian. I
Killian Murphy.
didn't even think about it.
I didn't
Um,
either. I still want to
they,
hear. I still want to see who they cast as Snape because we've talked about a couple that could be like.
yeah, they haven't even. I don't see anything on that just yet. They're really working on that one.
Who did we say
Um,
other than Adam Driver? Who did we say? I remember I said Adam Driver a long time ago, but I remember we talked about it again, and then there was like
I just forgot.
there was a couple that we came up with. I know we said Henry Cavill wouldn't fit because
I said Benedict Cumberbatch.
you said Cumberbatch. That's right. That I think
Right.
that
I
would
also
be
said
just as good
Joaquin
as.
Phoenix could also do as well. But yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. There's one more I'm missing.
I think honestly, I think out of all of them, Adam Driver looks more like Alan Rickman, but I think Cumberbatch could do a better Snape
Yeah.
in his frame when he's like imitation game Cumberbatch.
Loki. He said Loki.
Oh, Hiddleston, that's right.
Yeah, he said him too.
Well, I thought he could do a good Voldemort.
Yeah. Would you want Voldemort's nose to be the same? This guy says maybe an unpopular opinion, but I think we need a new take on Voldemort's nose to distinguish this version. There are many ways you could take it. You could have the nose be mostly flattened instead of entirely flushed against his cheeks. You could change the orientation or design of the slit nostrils. Um, because I don't remember what the book describes him as, but it's not that important. But you could change the way his nose is because Yeah, never mind. Just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to say no because it was such a good character design that it's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't dislike the idea of Voldemort looking more just like a normal person and not like a freaking snake is snake.
Yeah.
But it was such a good like everything about Voldemort's character design just gives you dark, ominous, big bad guy, and it fit that perfectly. I don't see a reason to change it. I can see changing it to make it their own, but the problem is nowadays when people make their own, they mess it up. So
It's the life we live
I don't
in.
know. It is honestly, I'm not holding my breath over this series anymore.
Oh, wait. Well, slow your roll.
I'm not. As soon as I heard John Lithgow, this Dumbledore.
Relax.
Again, I love John
It's
Lithgow.
it's
Phenomenal
okay.
actor.
It's okay.
I don't see him fitting. Although at the same time, I didn't think he would be. Until years later, and I heard that he was Lord Farquaad. All I imagine is John Lithgow, like the dad and step in Daddy's Home too.
Yeah.
Did you let your child touch the thermostat at home? That is a sacred act. What is wrong with you? You just let them take your keys and leave whenever they want?
Yes.
Do you have anything to say? Now's a good time as any. Tell your son you love him. Like, just that's the John Lithgow I think of. Like, just the comical, like the whimsical, like super nice guy that I just it's hard to see him as anything else.
Yeah.
I could be pleasantly surprised. I mean, as Lord Farquaad, he did a good job voice acting like a piece of shit. So you know what I mean? Like, I
Sure.
can't like that's I told you I was just like visually I don't see it, but when you think about it, it's just like maybe he may have some kind of range there. Maybe there is a reason he's like a really good actor because he can do it all, but he's just famous for one kind of role.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's just like I don't want to put the nail in the coffin until the body's inside, but
Yeah.
Lord Farquaad, he huffed and he puffed and he sent an eviction notice. Like, it's just the profile of his movies, man. Like, legitimately, Shrek, Daddy's Home, like,
Legendary. Dexter?
yeah, but not for stuff like Dumbledore.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But
I
I was still thinking the other day. Ever since we talked like a week ago about the cast, I called you the day it was announced that Lithgow was Dumbledore. And we went on like a 3-hour rant about the cast. I still can't think of someone to cast as McGonagall. I can't.
no, I don't. But no, I Jennifer Aniston. I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
Hagrid. That's another one that
I really don't. I really don't know. That's something that I will have to get some names under for
Yeah.
next week. Because I don't know. Those are hard, but
I still think the fat guy from Hot Fuzz would do a decent job.
where's the guy? Where's the fat kid from Goonies? Where's he doing?
Chung?
Yeah,
Oh, he looks nothing like what he did when he was younger.
Oh damn! Shuts. Maybe he can do it
Jeez.
in front of Harry to make him laugh. All right.
We made it past an hour.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's 1-2 afternoon. I need to go. I need to do homework.
I need to do like 1,000 dishes.
I would
I
know
don't have
because I
much
do my
time.
dishes daily.
I don't have my time. We'll talk to Rachel about that. I don't have my time to much time left before Elias wakes up and I can't do anything. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun, everybody.
Yay. What the hell is that? Peace and love, gang. Catch you in the next one. Be sure to tell somebody you love them.
Hey, buddy.
Sad.
I love vodka.
You love to sprouts, Russian sprouts. Radicus.
No. If anything, I love myself a fresh glass of mead.
All right.
Fresh.
Mother. No. Mead is good.
Mm. Now I have to go till the field.
Don't. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
having
I'm gonna. You're
cranberries
gonna
and
try mead when I come back.
trees.
When I move back, you're gonna try mead, and you're gonna be very pleasantly surprised.
My kind doesn't. We weren't around. We drink dirty water back in those days.
What?
We drink
Why
that.
did you? No, don't do that.
We don't drink mead. We didn't have those pleasures just yet. We didn't die
Don't
from
even. You
dysentery
know what? You know who
or
taught me how to make mead? A black man. So no, that's wrong.
well, that's because he was deep diving into the other people's cultures. We all do it. Uh, yeah, I don't feel like conquering a dragon or taking over England. Not Czechoslovakian.
All right. That's
Yeah,
all right. You know what?
they all drink. It was a continent wide drink over there during the times of
No,
and
mead was more
knights
Viking.
knights of the round table. That's all.
Was more
Continent.
Viking.
Continent. I said
No,
continent. I said continent. All over
that's a
there.
regional.
Continent. Continent's everything. The whole group.
No, because the most
Yes.
popular drink in Europe was ale.
Uh yeah. Ale and meat. Yes.
No, it was ale and
Ale, ale,
wine.
ale, yes. Earlier. Until they just your people discovered
People.
weed. And then they had I've seen the Norsemen. They then transported once they realized they were not alone. They transported all the goodies, and it started widespread. It's just it's and then the bubonic plague came right after that.
Oh yeah, because that's mead's fault. All right, got nothing to do
Yeah,
with rats from China, but okay.
magic continent. I see. I'm still in it. it I'm still in it, and it came from a dirty drink. So uh
No, it came from rats.
no, it came from a dirty drink. The rats drank the dirty drink because it's dirty, and then the rats came around.
Oh, it's not how that
Yeah,
works.
they all hopped up on your mead, and then my people were like, hold on," and we just enjoyed our bread and our water and our wine. Well, depending on where you're from.
You know, mead technically is honey wine. You know that
Uh,
mead
yeah,
is just honey wine.
not, but it's not the same. I just wine.
Oh, I'm
There's
sorry.
more
So
than
it
one
doesn't have
ingredient.
grape in it.
Because
There's no grape in it. Okay.
peanut butter cups have peanut butter in them or chocolate on them. Yes, but peanut butter alone, it's different. It's different.
Why don't you go play with that little koozie again?
I won't. Right now, I have this. I'm playing with this.
The heck
Whatever
is that?
this. I don't know. It's something it's this thing attaches to your clothes with tag. It's very fun to put this black thing through this little white crack here,
You ever been tested for ADD?
and it's fiddles. No, but I should
You
because
should, because you definitely have it.
I
Because
have
who the
some.
hell just sits there? Who has just a tag just sitting on their desk in the place? But I can't talk because I was literally just fiddling with
What the 10
this,
things you have in the front of your desk?
and it's literally the wax to the top of a bottle.
Mm.
I can't really talk too much, but I know for a fact
You can't talk about nothing about anything that's on your desk.
I have normal stuff on my desk. There's just a lot of normal stuff on my desk.
I have drawers to put my normal stuff in. So
I don't. I'm
yeah.
on a freaking Home Depot table because I don't
I
have the money for it.
You can make your own drawers, or you can just buy your drawer.
I'm not buying any more furniture. I'm about to move across the country.
You don't need
I'm
to
not
buy
buying anything else.
furniture. You just need to buy a basket, put your stuff in. That can sit underneath, sit on a shelf somewhere else.
Again, I am on a very small Home Depot table.
Okay, I need to leave, but I'm gonna ask you this right now. You have two bedrooms,
Is
right?
it
What the hell is in your other bedroom?
a whole another bed, like a whole bedroom set? It's got a
For what
TV.
reason? For what freaking reason?
Well, my parents come up here a lot, so they stay in that room.
No, you make your bedroom a nice bedroom. They sleep in your bedroom. You sleep on the couch, and then for like a year and a half or however long you've been there, you have a beautiful decked out gaming room.
I'm going to end up doing that
You
when
could
I
have had
move.
one this whole time.
I did at one point at the old apartment, and then when I
You
realized I
were
was moving again.
you were misusing your single life. You could have had one this whole time. You could have had a den, a beautiful anime-filled katana on the wall den, and you choose to do this because your
Okay, to be
parents
fair,
come up more often than not.
no. So to be fair, the reason that I haven't done anything to this particular room is because I'm moving back, and I knew I was moving back as soon as I moved in here because of
When did you
reasons, and you
move in
remember
there?
those
When did you move
reasons.
in there? When did you move in there?
June last year. See, you're thinking of, oh, you could have had something so cool for a year, and I'm thinking,
Yeah,
oh
you could
yeah,
have
I
had.
put in all the work to have to put all that crap up, then take it down, patch all the holes that I put in the wall hanging, and then
Yes,
have
you
more stuff to have to move across the country.
no, just
No.
put the stuff you already have up, clean off your desk, and like you don't have to put much, dude. To put something in the wall like a posters and all that fancy good stuff, it's a hole that's like this freaking big that you don't have to patch up. And if you do have to patch up, you take your finger, dip it in a little bit of paint the day before you leave, and go, and then you leave.
I
You
think I know a little bit more about moving out of
you could have
apartments than
had
you do.
I had the room. I moved out of it. I had everything beautifully made out and the whole you'd see in my room, all 10 versions of my room. I did the
Yeah.
whole thing. You could have had a year. It was so worth it. It was so worth it to have a year's worth of a beautiful, not even decked out. You didn't have to go all out like you did in your final game room, but you could have had something great in there. And then you can do 9 months of that just for a little extra work at the end of your trip. That was so worth it because it's been a long year. It's
No,
been a
it
long
has been
year.
a long year. You're right.
You could enjoy this whole time. This year did not come fast. You could, unlike you could have had the whole,
I was about to say,
you could have,
who of
you
us
could
here
have
is
had,
a year old talking right now?
I didn't do it fast. I could have had, not had, no, I could have had whole, just because you do it, just because you try to conceive a child doesn't mean you do it fast. You
Never said that, but
could have had the
would your
whole,
wife say the same thing?
yeah, my wife would. My wife
Mm-hmm.
would.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the facial expression
I'm
says
25 years old.
opposite.
I'm married at 25 years old. I have no reason to after 35 seconds.
What
I'm
the
not
fuck?
I'm not I'm not single. I get it all the time. Now moving on.
Oh,
It is so worth it. It is so worth it. You make me so mad.
nope. I
You
just
wasted
prioritize my
that whole
time, and my priorities are a little different.
you
Listen, bud, don't judge
you
me
had a
for what I
whole
do in my
year.
single life. You
You
chose to get married.
you
You
had a whole
chose this
year.
life.
Yes, and I chose as soon as I got my own room to deck it. Even though I was only going to be in there for a year, I decked it and it looked beautiful. And I had a beautiful room for a whole year. And it was so freaking worth it to have a little extra more stuff to do and patching at the end, 10.5 months later to do it. It was so, so worth it because I've never had it before and I wanted it so bad and I got it. And Rachel did my room in there. I only had that room for like 4 months. That decked out room in there. I only had it for like 4 months. It was worth even having 4 months just to spend almost a whole day taking it down. It was so worth it, 100%. I know how to utilize my time, and I utilize my time for yes, and for embracing my nerd, embracing my geek. You failed this mission and you will not choose the next one. All right? Get a new place. And as soon as you get into it, you shove your couch in the corner. I don't even care where you put it. Your TV can lay flat on the ground and you focus on the priority, which is your gaming room. And you deck the out of it and you do it properly, even
I
a year
intend
later.
on doing that when I move back up there.
What's the difference? What if you move in a year?
I'm not going to. I'm going to find a place I'm going to stay at for at least 2 until I get my degree, and that's done.
You should have done it when you. Points. All right. I need to go do a load of dishes. Some random person's texting me. What? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Research
Well, that's
poll.
the thing. If I get that, if I end up getting a house when I move up there, then I definitely plan on doing that to one of the rooms.
Should do it anyway. House, condo, apartment.
I plan on doing it. And I plan on, if I get a house, then that's when I'm going to go all out.
Yeah, I'm going all out on my house. But as soon as I get my room, we move to a 3-bedroom apartment. As soon as I get my room,
Yeah, that's not going to be a room
It's
for
over.
long. Baby number 2 on the way.
I don't care. I'm having it for 5
Unless
months.
you're going to make Elias and the other baby share a room.
Yeah, they're gonna share a room, and the baby doesn't sleep. It sleeps by our side for like 6 months. He doesn't get his own room. He sleeps by us for like 6 months in their room because he's a baby, and they wake up 10 times a night.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like, well, but you don't have just you have 18 years with this baby that's unborn. So are you going to make him and Elias share a room for 16?
Yeah, they're gonna share a room. I shared a room. I shared a room with both my brothers for most of my life.
Okay,
And then we're getting a house. When we get a house, then they can have their own rooms or whatever. But as long as I get my own,
I think
I
you're
get my room.
drastically under. So a 3-bedroom versus like a 5 is retarded.
Yeah, and my brother and I shared a room with a 3-bedroom with my parents. It's not that hard. Sharing a bedroom is, who cares? They sleep in the same bedroom. Who cares?
Gives them more reason to come out to not stay in it.
They do and they do their own things.
I
It's
enjoyed
good.
having my own bedroom.
It's 2 brothers. If I had a daughter, GG is to my room until I get a house.
Right.
But since I'm going to have 2 sons, they share a room. And also, apparently, Rachel says they don't get out of the crib for like, Elias won't leave the crib for like another year and a half or something like that. So,
What?
he's not getting, they stay in the crib for a long time. And they're going to be, until like they're like 3. So, I'm like, they're not going to get the race car bed until they're like 3. So, yeah, so even
them a double-decker, get them car bunk bed.
By the time he gets his race car bed in the room, our second son will be sleeping through the night by a whole year. So they won't wake each other up. So big freaking brain, man. Big freaking brain. No, I'm ending this. And
Yeah, I'm hungry. It's lunchtime.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace and love, gang. Catching the next one.
Man, where did my dick goes in?